Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. Today I want to share some insight on cubing, what to cube when, which cubes to use, and what I'm doing myself. Cubing is a massive part of your progression. The higher the rarity of potential on your item, the better stats those potential lines will give you. So you want to cube a lot. There are a couple of free cubes in the game. There are occult cubes that can go up to the epic rarity, there are master craftsman cubes that can go up to unique, and meister cubes that go up to legendary. Those are all cubes that can be obtained in the game through either bossing or crafting. Master craftsman and meister cubes could be created through professions in the regular server. If you learn smithing, you'll be able to create those yourself. There also are paid cubes like red, black and bonus potential cubes in the regular server. In Reboot, red and black cubes can be bought with mesos. Bonus cubes also have a free variant actually that drops from boss monsters and can usually be bought from events as well. But that occult bonus potential cube can actually only be used on rare bonus potential, and it doesn't have a chance to increase the ranking of your potential, it only changes the stats. If your item doesn't have potential, there are various ways to get potential scrolls. You can find them from boss drops, the Legion store, the dojo store for completing certain quest lines like the Commercy one, and a lot more. If your item only has 2 lines of potential, use a stamp on it to increase that to 3. Stamps can also be gained from boss monsters, the Legion store, as well as many other ways. Let's talk about what item to cube first before we talk about which cubes to use. When upgrading, you usually want to go first for your level 100 emblem. This is an item that you won't replace, and its potential will give similar stats to that of your weapon, like attack percentage or boss damage percentage. Actually, only your weapon, your secondary and emblem can get those lines, so attack percentage, magic attack percentage, boss damage, ignore enemy defense, etc. Those 3 items will provide the most value early on, so you want to start cubing those first. If you have a frozen secondary, Princess No One, or a regular secondary, it is pretty safe to cube that one after your emblem. If you are in a regular server, try getting your hands on a Princess No secondary first, since those are a lot easier to get there. If you are on Reboot like myself, Princess No will definitely take a while to reach, so it's fine to upgrade your regular or frozen secondary first. Keep in mind though that the higher the item level, the better the stats of your potential will be. So always try to go for the highest level secondary, don't cube your lower level secondaries. For both your emblem and secondary, try to go for 2 lines of attack percentage or magic attack percentage and 1 line of boss damage. This is pretty rare to get though, so don't overdo it. For example, I settled for 9% all stats, 9% attack and 9% strength on my emblem, and my secondary only has 1 line of attack, but that's a prime line, which is the highest percentage number a line can be, which is 12 in this case. Every line has the potential to be a prime line, but there are lower odds of those appearing on the first, second and third line, so you can get both 9 or 12, and the second and third line have a lower chance of those lines appearing, but always try to aim for prime lines if you can. When you're cubing early in the game, I think it's more important to spread out your funds. Don't drop everything on the one item from the get-go to try and get the perfect stats, but try to improve the potential rarity and stats on most of your gear. That way you'll gain a lot more than, let's say, having one perfect item and garbage lines on everything else. Next up is your weapon. During the recent double miracle time, I actually didn't cube my Fafnir weapon because I'm on a burning character. So not only is this item temporary, I will get a better one at level 220 anyway. Cubing your weapon is just as important as your emblem and secondary, but keep in mind how fast you'll think you'll replace this weapon. After those 3 items are cubed, aim to cube your accessories next. Depending on where you are with your character's progression, you can cube most of your boss gear or event rings. For example, on my shade, I cubed my pendant, burning ring and earrings to legendary. The earrings will be replaced with Golex earrings at one point, but that will still take a long while, so it is worth it to cube them now, considering where I am with my character progression. It is very important to try and cube your earrings, shoulders, face accessory, eye accessory, pendant, rings and belts to legendary first, as you'll be able to get meso percentage and drop rate increase percentage on those items. This is amazing for Reboot, and it will help a little bit in the regular servers as well. I will do a more in-depth video on creating drop gear and a farmacon in the near future, so stay tuned for that one. But yeah, getting increased meso drop rate is super important, especially in the Reboot server, but those lines will only appear on legendary items and on those accessories that I just mentioned. Gloves also are an interesting item to cube after you did all the things mentioned above. I wouldn't cube a glove until I've gotten an Absolab or Arcane one myself, but gloves can get lines of percentage crit damage, which will give a massive boost to your damage regardless of your class. After that, take a look at your remaining gear and cube what comes next. For some classes it could be interesting to cube their hat with a higher priority as well, because hats can get special potential lines like cooldown reduction, which might be useful for some classes like Demon Avenger. Keep in mind that stuff like cooldown reduction only works on regular skills, so not on 5th job skills or hyper skills. For your regular gear like top and bottom or shoes, I would aim to get prime lines of my main stat, or if you're a Xenon, all stat percentage and HP percentage if you're a Demon Avenger. So that's the order in which I would cube things. But how do you get all those cubes? If you are defeating daily bosses, you shouldn't have much trouble finding a ton of occult cubes. First thing that you want to do is get your items from rare to epic using those. Since they are so abundant, I recommend you only use those cubes to rank up from rare to epic and not the other ones. Once you get your items to epic, you can start using master craftsman cubes and master cubes to rank them up even more. I do this a lot on a regular server since red and black cubes are pretty rare to get and I can only get a couple a month. If the item doesn't rank up to unique, I will reset the potential again with occult cubes until I get some decent stats again. If the item does rank up, I continue to collect Master Craftsman and Master Cubes to reset the potential until I get the stats that I want. Maples can only get a few free cubes a month thanks to the daily login, and some can also be purchased with reward points in the reward point store in the cash shop. And sometimes there also are cube packs available through events. Because those cubes are so rare, it will actually take a very long time to get decent potential lines and a decent potential rarity on your items in the regular server. Sometimes it might be worth it to, instead of trying to upgrade your own gear, to just purchase higher ranking gear or gear with better lines from the auction house. In Reboot, I'm currently playing on a Shade, a class not exactly known for their amazing massive farming, but I did manage to scrape together 1.5 billion for my double miracle time, and I bought a ton of black and red cubes with them. During the double miracle time event, your potential items has double the chance to increase in rarity. I got 5 items to legendary with some decent lines as well, so I'm actually pretty happy with that. When you're cubing your items with the intention to rank them up, always use black cubes. Black cubes have a higher chance to rank up an item than red cubes and are more cost efficient. Use red cubes to reset the potential lines if you manage to hit the potential rarity that you want. So for example, your items are legendary, then stop using black cubes and use red cubes until you have the lines that you are going for. At one point you'll probably have like some okay lines, like take my emblem for example, 9% all stats, 9% strength, 9% attack. I'm not going to use red cubes on that because there's a pretty high chance that I will actually lose stats instead of gaining them. So then it might be better to use black cubes so I can save the lines in case I get something worse and I can just revert it back to the old one. Bonus potential in the regular server is a lot more straightforward. There's only one cube, it is very difficult to rank up and you cannot save your lines. Hence on my Demon Slayer I only have epic bonus potential on my weapon since I only could get a couple of free cubes every month. This was a big info dump, but I hope it gives you a better picture on what to cube and which cubes to use. Keep in mind that every character is different and in some situations it might make more sense to cube different items or go for different lines. For example, beast tamers might want to cube their head with more priority to get additional skill level lines compared to most other classes. And that was all for today. Again, I hope this video was of use to you and good luck cubing. And as always, many thanks to our members for making this video possible. Thanks to Niels the Coninck, Raar maar waar, Sebastian Hanoy, FLX, Ryalias, Historycanon, Vareese, Dries Zumker, Wiley, Francisco Sousa, Historycanon, BackSpaceOTI, ceemak, Saffronyx, Lorenzo, BG Extremes, Anwar NHI, Brendon, Frank Bouquit, Ziggy Deer, Flidiot, Beamer WT, Knifesu, Chen125, Cloudfix, Gusus Rodriguez, Sir QQ Morse, Froggy11, Sir Tito655, Grayson Lee, Riser RU, Brandon Cam, Vira, Bruno H, Trevor, Yuki436, Afterlord_MS, Sinfralido, Ritius, John Man, Lucky Beats, Justin Vale, Silvio Nato, Stevie Zhang, Yaruski TV, Soli Shanada, and Heopan. If you would like to be mentioned here as well and get early access to new videos, make sure to check out that join button below this video. Thank you all so much for watching, stay safe and happy mapling!